Good morning, students. This is our session 1 of chapter 7 Triangles. Today we are going to see congruent triangles and the criteria of congruency of triangles in this chapter. So first we have to understand what do you mean by congruent figures and congruency of triangles and congruent triangles. Right? Let us start. Congruent figures. Two figures are said to be congruent if they overlap each other. Two figures are said to be congruent if they overlap each other. You can see here two triangles are made, and if you put this triangle on this, so both of the triangle overlap each other, right? Means both of them resembles on one another, right? Okay, similarly two squares are made here. If you put this square on this, so both of them overlap each other, so we can say these figures are congruent figures. These two squares are congruent as well as these two triangles are congruent. So basically you can say congruent figures means same figures, right? Okay, now congruence of triangles. Two triangles are said to be congruent if first corresponding sides are equal in length, and second corresponding angles are equal. You can check here two triangles ABC and PQR are drawn here. When these two triangles are said to be congruent, if all three sides, means you can check side AB is equal to side PQ, side BC is equal to side QR, and side AC is equal to side PR, right? Similarly you can check angle A is equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q, and angle C is equal to angle R. So basically we can say if corresponding sides are equal in length and corresponding angles are equal, then two triangles are said to be congruent, right? And we will represent it by that two triangles are congruent. We will represent this symbolically: triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR, right? This is the sign of congruent, that is triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. But one thing you have to check here, we cannot represent it as BCA. Whether the name of the triangle is same, that is ABC and BCA, both the triangles represent the same triangle, but you can't write in this way, because if you are writing in this way, then it means that BC is equal to PQ, CA is equal to QR, and BA is equal to PR, which doesn't given in this diagram, right? So you have to keep this thing in your mind, that is congruency is written point to point, that is B is equal to P, C is equal to Q, A is equal to R, right? This is the meaning of this figure, this congruent relation, but here it is not given. So you have to keep this thing in your mind, that A is written same as position of P, B is written as same of position of Q, that is if B is in middle, then Q is in middle, A is written first, P is written first, angle C is equal to angle R, so angle C is last, so angle R is at last, right? This thing you have to keep in your mind. Okay, see, so basically if any two triangles are congruent, then we can say side AB is equal to side PQ, side PC is equal to side QR, side AC is equal to side PR. It is written here. Similarly, angle A is equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q and angle C is equal to angle R. You have to go point by point, right? Okay, that is, in congruent triangles corresponding parts are equal. Means if these two triangles are given congruent, then you can definitely write these results. So this is called CPCT, that is corresponding parts of congruent triangles, right? Means if any two triangles are congruent, then you can say that all the sides are equal and all the angles are also equal, right? This result is called corresponding parts of congruent triangles, in short CPCT, right? Okay, now to prove or to show that the triangles are congruent, there are some criterias or there are some rules, right? First is SAS congruence rule. SAS congruence rule or SAS congruence criteria. Now what do you mean by SAS? So SAS means side angle side, right? Now what it indicates, check this. Two triangles are congruent if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are equal to the two sides and the included angle of other triangle, right? You can check in triangle ABC and in triangle PQR, AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, and included angle B is equal to included angle Q. So you can say both the triangles are congruent by SAS congruence rule. You can check these two sides are equal with these two sides and included angle is there, right? Not other angle, included angle between two sides are equal. So both the triangles are said to be congruent, right? This is SAS congruence rule. Remember that one remark is here. ASS and SSA are not the congruence criteria. Means you can't say ASS and SSA are the rules. Okay? So this thing you have to keep in your mind. Okay. Second, ASA congruence criteria. ASA, that is angle, side, angle. Okay? Now, see these two triangles ABC and PQR. So two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to angles and included side of other triangle. That is, two angles are same and the included side of both of them angles are also equal, right? Angle A is equal to angle P, BC is AB is equal to PQ, and angle B is equal to angle Q. It is written by mistake, right? So two pairs of angles are given equal and one pair of side which is included by that two angles are also equal. So the triangles are said to be congruent, right? Okay. Third, AAS congruence criteria. Two triangles are congruent if any two pair of angles and one pair of corresponding sides are equal. Any two angles and one corresponding sides, not included, without included side also, right? You can check these two angles are equal and the side which is not equal, which is not included, both of them are equal, right? So you can say this is also a congruence criteria. So you have seen three criteria for congruency: SAS, ASA and AAS, right? Let us see some examples based on that. How can you do the sums with the help of these congruence criterias? Okay, see, example number 1. Check this diagram. It is given OA is equal to OB. OA is equal to OB. That is, these two sides are equal. OD is equal to OC. OD is equal to OC. These two sides are equal. So you have to prove first triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC. Right? Means this triangle and this triangle are congruent. And second, AO AD is parallel to BC. Now see, because it is show that is prove that type question. So first we have to write given. So what is given in this figure? OA is equal to OB and OD is equal to OC. Right? To prove triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC, and second, AD is parallel to BC. Okay. Now see, which two triangles we have to show that they are congruent? So these two. So in triangle AOD and triangle BOC, you have three congruent criteria. Now which is going to satisfy here? You will check that. It is given OA is equal to OB, given to us. OD is equal to OC, that is also given to us. Now we can say two intersecting lines are there. So vertically opposite angles, this one, that is angle AOD and angle BOC. These are vertically opposite angles, so they are also equal, right? And now you can check one pair of side, one pair of angle included between these two sides, right? Two pair of sides are here and one pair of included angle are equal. So you can say by SAS congruence criteria, triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC, right? Okay. Now we know that if these two triangles are congruent, so by CPCT, that is corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. So can we say BC is equal to AD? You can check BC is equal to AD. That is from here, BC is equal to AD, right? And you can also say angle OBC, that is this angle, and angle OAD, that is this angle, are also equal by CPCT. Because if you have proved that two triangles are congruent, so the remaining angles are also congruent, that is are also equal. So we have taken the same result here, that is BC is equal to AD and angle OBC is equal to angle OAD, which form, and you can check these two angles form which pair of angle? You can check, Z is made here, right? So which form pair of alternate interior angles, and they are equal also, and so you can say these two lines are parallel, that is AD is parallel to BC, right? Okay. Next example. Example number 2. That this is also prove that type question. What is given to us? Check that. Line segment AB is given to us and line L is perpendicular. Perpendicular means this angle and this angle are of 90 degree, right? This is the meaning of perpendicular bisector, and bisector means that this line intersect or divide this line segment into two equal parts. That is, you can say AC is equal to BC, right? So we have to prove that P is a point which is at equal distance from A and B. That is, you have to prove that PA is equal to PB here. Okay? Okay, see what is given. L is perpendicular bisector of AB and P is a point on line L. It is given. What is to prove? PA is equal to PB. This we have to prove. Okay, now prove. L is perpendicular to AB. What is the meaning of that? That is angle PCA and angle PCB both are equal and both are of 90 degree. This one, right? This and this. Now L is a perpendicular bisector of AB. C is a midpoint of AB. Right now, L is a perpendicular bisector of AB, and so we can say C is a midpoint of AB. So we can also say AC is equal to BC here. That is our result number 2, and this one is result number 1. Now, which first we have to show that this and this triangles are congruent. That is, we are talking about triangle PAC and triangle PBC. First we will prove that both the triangles are congruent, and then we will use the rule of CPCT. So by using that we will easily prove that PA is equal to PB. So for triangle PAC and triangle PBC, PC and PC comes in this triangle also as well as in this triangle also. So it will be common in both the triangles. That is, it is written as common side. Angle PCA and angle PCB both are equal because they are of 90 degree, right? And AC is equal to BC from result number 2. And so we can say again by SAS congruence criteria, triangle PAC is congruent to triangle PBC, right? By CPCT, now when the triangles are congruent, so we will apply CPCT. So by CPCT, that is corresponding parts of common congruent triangles, right? Okay, so we can say that PA is equal to PB. PA is equal to PB. PA and PB, right? Okay, and so we have proved that PA is equal to PB, or so we can also say P is equidistant from point A and P. Once you prove that PA is equal to PB, so you can say P is a point which is at equal distance from point A as well as from point B, right? Okay. Example 3. See the diagram. It is given that AB is parallel to CD and O is the midpoint of AD. O is the midpoint of AD. So we can say OA and OD both are equal, right? Okay. What is given to us? AB is parallel to CD and O is the midpoint of AD. To prove, first you have to prove triangle AOB and triangle DOC are congruent. Second, O is also midpoint of BC. These two things we have to prove here. Now see, these two triangles we have to prove that they are congruent. So let us take that triangles for triangle AOB and triangle DOC, right? So see, first these two lines are given parallel. So can you say angle OAB is equal to angle ODC because they form Z? So this and this are alternate interior angles, which is written here. You have to mention a side here, that is why they are equal. So this is the reason which you have to write in brackets, right? Okay. OA is equal to OD, which is given to us because O is the midpoint, and when midpoint is that, so you can say this distance and this distance is equal, right? And angle AOB is equal to angle DOC. AOB and DOC, because these are two intersecting lines, so these are the angles, form vertically opposite angles, so they are equal, right? So we have proved that ASA, angle side angle, so both the triangles are congruent by using ASA criteria. So by CPCT we can say O is the midpoint of BC also, and so OB is also equal to OC, right? So OB and OC are same, and so we can say O is the midpoint of BC, right? Okay. There are more examples in exercise 6 7.1. We will see that in next session. Okay, thank you.